Alrighty, today is exactly 3 weeks from starting. It's day 21 of 10,000 steps per day. I just came back. I've only done 2,500 steps so far. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. I got a dog coffee here. I've got 2 nails to fix. So I'm going to take you through this. Maybe I must just take you through a Monday morning reset because, yeah, after a weekend, the house is a bit gunky and dirty and we need to reset. So let me do that. I generally start in the bedroom. As you can see, bed hasn't been made. So let me start there and then. Small spaces can be a blessing and a curse all at the same time. It can look messy in the blink of an eye, but it only takes a few minutes to get it reset back to its original state. I'm forever busy packing things away to keep the house clutter-free and tidy, especially because I'm such a semi-tidy personality. I had to relax a lot to not put too much pressure on Andrew, so in general, I just let the house go on weekends and then do a quick reset on a Monday morning. I had to let go of my conventional idea of bedding for the time being, as we are setting up the house with cash only. So in the near future, I'm hoping to have bed sheets and a comforter, but for now, what I'm doing is saving us money and work well enough not to be uncomfortable. So let me quickly run you through what I do in my bedroom in the mornings. It's not a lot. It is painful though. The bed set I'm using actually is from IKEA. It is a very pretty bed set. It really makes the space look quite vibrant and happy. But here's my problem. The inner is very thin. I mean, obviously for the heating to bind, it has to be very thin. Then what happens is it doesn't stay in the parameter of this duvet set. So it moves around. So what ends up happening is this thing inside of this cover ends up mostly on my side, and there's this big gaping hole on this side. And then when I make the bed in the mornings, I really struggle. And I can be pedantic. So I struggle my butt off to get it nice and even, and it just gets to a point where you have to take it out and put it back in from scratch to make it work. So I decided this is going to be our sheet because the sheet that matches the pillowcase is the green. Just it doesn't stay on the bed. It's too silky. It's not a nice cotton that will just hug and stay. So I decided I'm not struggling with bedding any longer because I don't like struggling with bedding. So I took the fitted sheet off. I use the duvet cover as a sheet. It works like a bomb. And this is just like a throw blanket at the bottom of the bed. If you don't know what you're looking at, it actually looks like a white throw blanket at the bottom of the bed. And yeah, this is how we sleep. We actually started sleeping with our heads on the opposite side, like on this side of the bed, because we've got plug points there and on the other side, right by our heads. And Andrew's struggling with sleep. So we are actually sleeping with our heads away from the electricity. My next step is going to be to cover that with a towel in the evenings because he's still struggling to sleep. So we first made the room dark. Now we've swapped our heads around. And the next step is going to be to cover the electricity. I'll keep you updated with that. But this is basically what I do in the mornings. I just shake it off. I make it look all pretty and straight. And because everything is in line, it stays in line. Andrew's bedside table is a mess. I'm just not even touching it. He just plonks stuff in there and it works for him. It's his baby. I put his earplugs right in the corner there. I put his gym stuff down there. I don't even know what at the bottom is. What's at the top of his bedside table, it's his baby. It's his bedside table, right? So over here, I always keep some medicines that we're currently using. This thing is almost finished. That's just a nasal spray. Very dusty at this moment in time in Dubai. And he ended up, I thought it was pink eye. So the dust in the air is so severe that it's actually affecting his eyes. And Andrew's got very good eyes. So I'm just putting our medications there. I need to pack this cloth into that suitcase. He's going to go on a trip. I'm keeping this box for now. I bought that face cream, freaking awesome, but I don't want to throw the box away yet. I do like to compartmentalize stuff in drawers. As you can see here, I've got my perfume and makeup like all stuffed in there. So that's what I like to do with my makeup or with my drawers. So I don't want to throw those boxes away just in case I need them. And then here's a problem. Here's something growing. Gel. I need to find a gel that can work with this hairstyle. This is my house booties. This is my nail stuff that I took out took the nail stuff out of this cupboard. So the box on top of my chest of drawers, right over there, used to live in this cupboard right over here. But when I swapped my pants around, I took it out of there, and now I've been breaking my nails, the gel of my nails, so often that I'm just leaving it on top of that chest. Not the ideal spot, but it is what it is. So that is generally what I do in the morning in the bedroom. It doesn't take long. So now let me show you what happens to the rest of the house. The kitchen isn't looking too bad. We're quite good with keeping on top of it, but there's just a few things I need to do, like unpack the dishwasher and wipe the counters. Then the kitchen reset for Monday morning is done as well. So when we moved into the unit, there was a lot of stuff that was left in the cupboard, and we decided to use most of them for the interim until we buy more. So I think next payday or payday coming will be the month where we start buying a bit more plates and bowls, because we only have 2 bowls, 2, 4, 5. We only have 5 plates and 2 bowls. And in South Africa, we had 8 of each, and that was a good amount of plates, a good amount of forks. So I might be buying a few more things. Let me know in the comments below. Maybe I'll show you some footage if I can find any. They have, it's almost like Corelle plates, but it's not. It's a very thin plate. It's a glass plate, and they have them in almost a mint green, and then a very light blue, not a baby blue, more like a dusty blue. Now the green is obviously working very well in this flat with all the cream, but I'm wondering, should I buy blue and green plates, or should I just buy green plates? The green is definitely not matching what I have in the curtains and on the duvet, but they're green and they're pretty. Or should I just go with blue, because blue is, if you saw my previous house, that is absolutely one of my most favorite colors to decorate with. So let me know in the comments below which kind of plates you would get. I don't want white again. I had white in South Africa. I've had white for the past 20 years. I'm over white. Since I'm doing a house that is not permanent and everything that's in it is not permanent, I might as well go with non-permanent plates and choose a color, right? Why am I wrong there? Now, when I got dressed this morning, I was super impressed with how this was sitting. I mean, just look at that. Can you see? So I last wore this, I think, in a cane. I think that's a difference. Especially, I gain a lot of weight around here. Just feel like around here that the shirt is sitting for sure a lot less snug than what it did. I am getting to a point where I am fighting with myself. I don't really need much more than what we have, but I want more. I'm not sure if it is because of the traditional way of what all should be in a household, or if it is me truly wanting more because I have a need for it. For instance, a few more plates, maybe a few more storage containers, or even a stick blender to make some batter mayo. Now, we all know I'm not rushing to the kitchen to bake or experiment extensively, but I feel like I would like to bake some carnivore bread or egg muffins. Or is that just my fantasy self, and after buying all the things, it never gets used? I know I'm not alone with this constant pull to consumerism, but I also have a need to live my life, right? It is hard to try and live intentionally, frugal, and to the max all at once. So I just do a general quick wipe on the table, pack the things away that's lying around, and then I'm going to call it done and start on my computer work for the day. Okay, I don't know if you've seen this table layout yet. I changed it because when Andrew gets home, this table just becomes a dumping site and it's an eyesore for me. So what I decided to do, standing here makes any sense? So I do computer work over here. if I make myself some coffee or go to the bathroom, at least then I have a very large space to work with in the center of my room. If Andrew comes home from a trip and he just plonks all his stuff on that side of the house, then it's sort of hidden from me. It makes sense in my brain. Maybe in another week or two, I might swap it up again. But for now, this works. I actually had it angled so that Andrew can sit at the top of the table. There was a lot of thinking about how I should move this table. But I'm enjoying how it is now. If I sit and work for too long, my knees actually get sore. So the chairs right next to me is actually perfect because I rest my feet on them while I'm working. So my house is done. It's nice and clean. It's 11:30. I'm going to sit down now and do some computer work. I have showered this morning, but obviously I went out for my coffee, which killed me. See, my fringe is doing that because it's cut on. I hope I'll be able to stick it out and not climb into it for the next couple of weeks. So let me sit down, do my Monday morning reset, and my recap of my 3-week 10K steps per day, which hasn't been going great. It's fine. We'll get there. We will get there.